Hello everybody and welcome to a new round of the Speed Force GP1 racing round. Before we go to do anything else, we are going to the drivers' standings with Medium Pilot leading them with only 1 point in front of P2 of P. Wouters. The rest of the standings are P3 for Nolan, P4 for Gilles, P5 for Nicomania, P6 for James, P7 for Sam, P8 for Raikkonen, P9 for Midnight, P10 for Bundy, P11 for Verstappen, P12 for Bullet Boy, 13 is Honey Badger, P14 is Chain Game, P15 is Own, P16 is Gasly, P17 Frodio, P18 Vin, P19 Big Virgil, and P20 is Nexus. Then the Constructors Championship, McLaren is leading with only how many points is it? With only 4 points in front of Williams Racing. Haas is in P3, Mercedes is in P4, Red Bull in P5, Sport Pressa Racing Point P6, Renault P7, Alfa Romeo P8, Toro Rosso P9, and Ferrari is P10. I'm not gonna do it alone today. I have my second follower with me tonight. Jack, how are you doing, mate?
Second farmer! Second farmer! The cheek I suffer from in this league! Good gravy!
How are you doing, mate?
I am, firstly, I know I'm great at doing intros of different people, but crikey, that has just taken the cake. That's the best one of the season right there. No, I'm well. How are you, Senna?
I'm good.
So just a little bit of clearing up. Yes, we are late due to Lee not doing his update. Thanks, Carol. So I'm streaming tonight, but Senna is leading, so I'm going to be following what he's saying. If he says to jump between 3 different battles, then I've got to do it, so this should be fun to watch. But yes, this is still all in preparation for you, Senna, to deal with it when your father leaves you.
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, Rick, here we go, mate. 18 drivers is better than 17.
And it is dry, so no wet qualifying at the start.
It is. Singapore, though, this track is nuts, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's one of the most difficult tracks of the season, I think, after Monaco. Yeah, it's close racing. You can't make a mistake or you're into the barriers, and it's also not a very difficult track to overtake.
It is, and I really do implore you. The last stream I did on SFR was on Tuesday. I implore you to go and watch it, because the guy who finished 5th won the race on penalties because he didn't get a penalty.
That's crazy. It's really unbelievable.
It was a brilliant race. Really is great. Nonetheless, though, Singapore. What's the best thing about this track for you, Senna?
Well, I think it's the track and the track himself. It's just the different kind of things that can happen. Like the weather can take a major impact on the track. It is a difficult track. It is close racing. You really have to think where you can overtake someone without crashing him and yourself out. So yeah, we're seeing 4 cars now on the same moment getting released. 5. And then our first cars to get on track. I think Midnight is the first one to really leave the pits. I was seeing some people on the soft and some people on the hards.
The pit exit of this track is particularly difficult, though, isn't it?
It is difficult.
Because you can take that wing off.
It is so easily to take the win off or leave it without too early, I mean, and then getting a penalty for it. So you really have to watch out to leave the pit.
So what we saw on stream there, Midnight went a little bit wide to let a few drivers through, maybe to shadow their lines for lack of practice. But Jim Morris is now leading the charge to head to qualifying. He'll be the first driver to set a lap time, followed by Sem. From what I see, it's going to be a dry qualifying and a dry race according to the Ferrari pit wall. So that's my connection to the Ferrari team still coming out. They only have been for half a season.
They have a better pet wall here than in real life.
I don't know.
I hope they have better strategies too then.
Well, we've only got 2. We have both Ferraris tonight, Virgil and Chain Game. So the Dutchman and the Greek driver, as everyone starts the lineup to start their lap times. Here we go, though. We're coming towards the most difficult sector on board with Morris right now. This is really tight here.
It's just so easy to just Singapore. Oh, and he is gonna let Sam by, I think. So Sam will be the first one.
No one wants to be the guy to start the lap, do they?
No. And I think Ollie was very close to the guy behind him. In front of him, I mean. But Ollie is going into the pits again. But
so
now Sam is on a track, on a lap, I mean, on the hard tires. Almost everyone on the hards.
Now, we saw this in GP3, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seemed the hard tires just really didn't turn on for like half the race.
Yeah, really, the degradation is very high.
We cut out.
Yeah. I think mediums are the best tire here.
Mediums are the preferred option according to the drivers that we've seen so far this week. As we look at Sam coming through to Sector 2, the McLaren are looking particularly stable on those hard compounds over 21 car. Ooh, not anymore!
That's some damage.
It's a bit of damage though.
Over, I think, then.
Does he bail out or does he keep going? That's bailed out, so he has bailed out over that time. This is going to be really difficult for poor Midnight, who's going to pass him before the turn 8 sector. Here's a Conley Jansen bridge, there's turn 8. Sem has lifted off and he gets out of the way of the coming Alfa Romeo.
So it will be Midnight setting the first time then, I think.
It will be, yes. And then it looks to be J Ghost will be the second car across the line.
Yep, the Renault.
Under the bridge now is Midnight in the Alpha as he comes through towards the slingshot, as you will, not as slingshot as the Singapore Sling used to be. This is quite a slingshot move though, as you try not to be Sebastian Vettel and hit the wall.
It's also so easy to, yeah, he has a 137.2 and goes 7/10 slower. What I was going to say, it's so easy to fuck up your lap with just being a little bit too wide. Yeah, I tried 3 laps myself in GP4, and all 3 laps were invalidated because I went a little bit too far on the track, and that's really frustrating. Then, if you're setting a good lap time, just go too far off the track. Now Medium Pilot is gonna cross the line. He, of course, leading the championship. What can he do on the hard tires? He's gonna set a 136.5. That's unbelievable.
That's quite a big statement there. And P. Walters is sat in pit lane.
Yeah, P. Walters was out on the softs, but I think he saw almost everyone going on the hards. So
oh,
I think
crash!
He's gonna change it now.
Big Virgil has crashed at the final corner into the pit wall. He spams the car back around. He has broken his front wing, so this lap will definitely be over, and the next one too. Nolan is on a lap time.
Hoping for him that his car will be okay, so he can do a lap still.
So, Nolan is coming through the final couple of corners now in the Mercedes. What can the Spanish-born, French-raised driver do to come through the final corner?
It's bad.
Oh, that's aggressive! He's Jean-Eric
but he
Vergne!
holds it out of the barriers.
He's Jean-Eric Vergne it! He went across the line backwards!
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that a lot. Finishing
No.
your qualifying lap backwards.
Normally in Formula E you see it, but that was not a good lap time there from Nolan
That
at
was
all.
not good. Maybe he did a mistake in the first or second sector, so he backed off. But also, I think he had too little downforce.
Yeah, that car, he kept his foot in, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that car just ran out of power.
Now the next one to cross lines, Bullet Boy and the Red Bull. That will be quite good lap.
Wow!
For a second.
Nothing's touching Pilot yet.
No, it's 7/10 between them. It's really a statement for P. Wouters, who is now out on the hards like I expected.
It's interesting. Maybe these guys are starting to do their first laps on the hards and they're going to qualify their fast laps on the mediums.
Yeah, and I think then, like, if Medium Pilot or P. Wouters, one of the two leading, or Gilles or something, one good, how do I say that, one driver that is hype on the standings, that they see he is going on stuff that some people will do it the same. They will think, so I have to maybe change my strategy. But like it's looking now, most of the guys are willing to start at the hard tires.
So, Owen Alder crossing into pit lane, the way you meant to do it, not by cutting over the curbs, Billy in GP3. It's okay, I'm just calling someone up now. Because I'm a bit of an arse. So, following Fotio now, on the lap time. I'm a little bit more quiet now than normal because I want Senna to be the main focus.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, but sometimes it's difficult to
it's fine.
know what to talk about. Gio's putting a good lap in, he's going second now.
Yeah, so
3.5 tenths behind medium pilot, that's a good lap.
Fotio's not
a
bad
on
one.
fresh hard. And medium pilot is now switching his tires in the box to the mediums. So maybe he wants to go on the mediums. Now P. Wouter starting a time lap as we're looking to the fight for the championship between medium pilot and himself. He has to put in a very good lap.
He does. I wonder, on the hard compound tyres, has medium pilot got the edge, though, Senna?
Yeah, I think he has. But I think the best guy to see if he has a really good time is P. Wouters, of course. Both are, I think, at almost the same level. Well, P. Wouters a little bit understeer, I think.
Did you see it? He went to turn into the corner. I've never seen a wheel snap so robotically to the outside and snap back.
He's still remaining his lap, so I don't think that will cost him a lot of time.
Of course not. He's got so much skill in this McLaren, hasn't
he? Yeah, it's unbelievable what he is doing this year. Only 1 point behind medium pilots. I'm really how to say? I'm sorry.
Okay. Take your time.
I'm thinking about the strategies. What I see some people switching in the box to the medium tires. I think they're waiting and see what their time can do. Then maybe switch to the mediums to set the last lap time and then go to another strategy. Well, P. now almost finishes his lap. What can he do? It's a 137.6. That's not a good lap of P. Wouters then.
It's not, and as you can see, that as predicted, we see that medium pilot does have the edge on the hard compound tires.
He has more than 1 second on P. Wouters, and that's
chain game.
An unbelievable gap.
Chain game crossing the line now. It's a quick lap, but it's not going to be pole. It's going to be 8th.
1:38.3. There's yellow in sector 2, probably for a car going slow. Now Ollie trying to get his first time in on the hard tires, just like all the times that are being set, and Ollie backs off, so he won't. Oh, it's his out lap. I see now. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
It wasn't displayed on my screen. Thanks.
Yeah, that's been a bit funny recently. Sam, looking at Sam coming into pit lane. Ooh, Sam a little bit indecisive whether he was coming across that white line or not, but he has come in ahead of just in front of an Alfa Romeo. Oh, sorry, just behind an Alfa Romeo. Virgil is on a lap time now. If you want to go through a lap with him, he's remember the last lap he spent the end of it just on the in the wall.
And he is the first one to set a time on the mediums, I think.
I believe he is, yes.
If he is gonna finish this lap. So, maybe he can do a P4, P5, I think, on the mediums.
I think he's aiming for higher if he can get that. I mean, he's really struggled in the hards, but it wasn't... Oh!
And that's gone. That's lap gone.
Don't think he's got damage. He has pulled out the lap, though. He's on the left.
Yeah. Don't see really much damage. But he is certainly backing off. So he won't be the first one to set a time on the mediums.
Well, they should, Rick, in fairness, they should be faster than GP3 and GP4. This is Premier, the top division in SFR. The fastest drivers Maybe not always putting on the best show, but they are the fastest drivers in Speed Force Racing's catalogue of drivers. That's why I'm not up here. That's why I'm not even in GP4.
Ollie now finally is getting his first lap time on the hards.
God, that car looks unstable.
Very good lap, I think. 138, 137.
Well done.
So 138.4 P10 at the moment.
Beating out his teammate as well.
Yeah, while the both racing points are now out on medium tires to set their first lap time.
So Walters, I think, has improved his lap time to go into P5. He's actually going 3/10 quicker right now, which will get him closer, but no cigar currently to medium pilot.
Yeah.
Closest match is Gio.
Maybe if he has a very good last sector.
Okay.
If he can improve around 3/10, he maybe gets a P3.
Oh,
That was
close.
I think.
Borderline. I apologise, Rick. I understand.
And that will be lap invalidated, I think. No,
Please.
it won't. But
Yeah.
he improved on time, but doesn't improve his position. Just behind Bullet Boy and Midnight.
Gio is now on a lap time in the 93 car. On the medium compounder tyres as well is Gio, as the man with the esports helmet runs down towards sector 2.
Well, it will be his first 4/10 up already. So he is now.
You went wide there. Is that going to count?
Yeah, I think it's just it was just fair. But I don't know what the game thinks. So yeah.
Well, he's still going for it. Like as anything, he got 3 minutes as a qualifying. The outlap here is above 2 minutes.
That was close too, I think.
Whoa! I think that's got it. No, he's still going.
He's still going, so I don't. I think he's luckily there for 2-3 times. But Singapore, of course, is also a track. How more you believe and how more you go for it, how farther you can go. But also, how much easier you can crash or get an invalidated lap.
It really is, and this is track. It's all about track position. You need to get a good qualifying in for the race. So under the bridge now comes Gio, the Frenchman, still looking for a good result in SFR.
Going for a provisional pole.
He's had some bad luck, isn't he? Oh,
it's every week we're
damage.
saying it again, and he has
damage on it.
Oh, and the last corner doesn't go well due to that. But he is setting a 135.4.
1.1 seconds
First
faster.
one on the medium tires to set a time. While Gasly, while Nicomania and Gasly goes 2 and 3 on the mediums. Nicomania are only 3/10 behind Gio, and Gio has retired.
I'm gonna think that
must
must have been a
out on the
mistake.
hards. And he is not gonna improve his lap, so he will start from further back on the grid.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He can possibly get out. I think it's like 1:59 out lap if you're lucky.
He has to be very fast then.
He does. He'll have to go for a racing lap. Looking at Nolan though,
is gonna get his final lap in. I think that's a good lap too on the medium tires. Gonna be a 1:35.9, putting him into P3 at the moment. There are a lot of there are some names that we didn't expect it, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple of new names here. Jay Ghost.
Pilot's also on the mediums now, so he probably will go for pole position.
Nolan though, Nolan's on a lap time now. Would you be watching him quietly on the stream?
And P. Wouters won't get out for another lap.
P. Walters, he's made a big mistake in the McLaren. Here comes Nolan. Oh, that's quick. Oh,
Nolan goes fastest. 8/10 up to Gio.
He's been
really
denied.
fucked up his last sector.
He is, but Pilot's going 4/10 faster.
Yeah, 4/10 faster.
Look
what will
at
his,
the 98
his time
car.
say at sector 2?
Let's see. 1.0.
1.0 up. He has to improve 9/10 in that last sector to get pole position from Nolan.
It's right there. He's right on the cusp. And remember, he's only really got one more chance at a lap. This is probably his last lap because of the recharge.
This will be his last lap. And I think that's invalid.
I think that's it.
I think none of the championship leaders will start into the P. Yeah, that's it. No, it
No,
isn't.
it's P2!
P2 for medium pilot. There's
Oh.
probably Nolan on pole position then.
He really struggled with those last few corners, didn't he?
He did. Just like Gio. Both,
Well, Gio struggled
drivers.
a little bit more and took his wing off.
Yeah,
Here's Virgil.
till some drivers putting their last time out.
Some drivers haven't made it. Drivers haven't made it. P. Walters on an outlap hasn't made it. Chain game, wow.
James, Ollie and Morris and Sam didn't make it.
Oh, Braden's on a lap time.
Yeah, midnight too. That's not good yet for him. P11.
Oh. Are they
can do a
allowed
lot
to...
better.
What has happened here? Because I thought, post the checker flag, they're not allowed to set a lap time, but apparently the game's allowing them to set laps.
That's crazy.
That's questionable at best. Sam has retired. So P. Walters is the man on the mission right now. We know medium pilot will not be on pole position. Nolan, though, is in the pit lane. He will not be on pole position. Well, he is on pole position right now. Is this it?
He's on provisional
Gasly.
pole.
No, sorry, Nick. Nicomania, PTSC, mate. He goes...
Nicomania can go P4.
So Ghost is the next man to cross the line. The 45 car.
No, it is midnight.
Oh, it's midnight. I do apologise.
Midnight, what can he do on the medium tires? Can he still take pole position? He has to improve his P11, he will do that. It won't be pole, I think. It will be 135.3, P3 for midnight.
Ghost
And
is
Ghost
out.
backs off.
Braden.
Bullet Boy now, the next to cross line on the mediums. Now P11. He will get a good lap time in. No, he won't. It's invalid.
That is a shame. No, he improved, but he didn't make it.
No, he didn't improve because his last run was on the mediums.
Oh, was it? I'm not sure. Braden goes
James going
7th.
P7.
Where is Walters is the question now.
Walters now. Due to the final corners of this track, what time can he set? Everyone thought he was too late, but he can set a time. I didn't expect it, that he will be on time to put on a lap. But what will it be? It will be P4 for P. Wouters.
I think that's it. That is it. So Nolan
That
is
is
on pole
it.
position.
That's a very good lap from Nolan.
That was an
He can be
interesting
very
qualifying
proud of
session.
himself. It is. Both championship contenders weren't that good today. And it is a very difficult track, of course.
Take us through.
It is Nolan on pole position, medium pilot on the front row. And it is P3 for Midnight, P4 for P. Wouters, P5 for Gio, P6 for Nicomania, P7 for Morris, P8 for Ghost, P9 for Ollie, P10 for James, P11 for Gasly, P12 for Big Virgil, P13 for the Chain Game, P14 for Fodio, P15 for Bullet Boy, and it is P16 for Sam without a lap time. And it is only Bullet Boy that will start on the hards, I think.
Well, no, he's outside the top 10, remember?
Oh yeah, of course. Very smart from me.
No,
Very
that's okay.
smart.
Apparently, I think that rule's being scrapped next year.
No, that should be cool. That should be interesting, I think.
I think it's the Q3 time. The Q2 time won't count. It won't decide your tyre. I think it would make sense for the Q3 time to decide your tyre, wouldn't it?
That will be a lot interesting. Just like here. It will be the
What?
same things, I think.
It would work,
People-
wouldn't it? Though, if they had the fastest guys on the fastest compound tyre, but in that qualifying in the top 10, then had to choose their tyres and strategically pick their tyres rather than going for a slower run in Q2, I think it would work. I think that's a great
It
idea
really
for the
would
FIA.
work.
Because then
think
you get
also-
the guys outside
yeah.
the top 10 on different strategies, like maybe on the fastest strategy, passing these guys. And that's what you need in Formula 1, passing.
If we're looking to the tires then, the whole top 10 on the mediums, then it is Gasly and Big Virgil on the hards, Frodio on the hards and Sam on the hards. All the rest is just on the mediums with Nolan.
Ooh.
We're getting started from pole position.
I'm cold now. It's very cold in my house. I should probably go and put the heating on, but I'm streaming. So
And what we'll see with the
Go on.
start. Medium Pilot and P2, P Wouters P4. They're not very long distance of each other. I think the start will be very important for both of them. What can Gilles do today? Starting in P5.
Would you like to do lights out? Just questioning.
Sorry?
Would you like to do lights out? Take the lead on the first lap.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. So I'll focus on the top 10. Oh, of course I'm going to focus on the top 10 stream.
Morris
Really?
has crashed in his formation lap.
Well, no damage, obviously, but that's easily done. As long as he doesn't
Don't
drop.
know what he did, but just looking around the grid and saw him standing to the barriers.
In real Formula One, now that he's dropped to the back of the grid, he would have been told, well, you can't return to your grid position. You have to qualify. You have to line up at the back.
But he luckily enough is racing in Speed Force Racing on the PS4, so he can start from his P7. Luckily for him. I don't know what happened, to be honest.
Not
Maybe just
sure myself.
trying to heat up the tires too
What?
much.
Nolan's doing it too. He's lighting those tyres up like there's no tomorrow in the 42 car. That was such a cool slow motion slide. Look at, he's showing off.
Yeah.
The Mercedes has got so much grip.
That's
He's
too
round.
much, That's not cool anymore then. You just
To whom it may concern, don't do that
to
again.
whom may concern.
You see that No, it's not wrong, Rick. If on the formation app you're not allowed to change positions, but if you drop back, you have to you drop to last position. If you get a slow getaway, if you drop to last position, you have to start at the back. That is the rule of the formation app.
We have 16 drivers today fighting for the win here in Singapore.
What on earth is that?
Red lights.
And
And it's lights out, I think. Hello?
Whoa, okay. I had a weird
No,
visual
it's lights
glitch.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I had the lights out very
Oh,
early.
Nolan's had a slow start.
Gio has a very good start.
Oh, Nolan's round
P2.
this big crash! Big crash, Nolan's round, he's into the field and there's a massive pile up.
Massive
Drivers
crash at the
everywhere.
back of the grid.
Drivers
Everyone's touching each
absolutely everywhere.
Medium Pilot holding P1.
We've had a
Gio just behind
weird
the mid-light.
start.
And P3, Wouters P4.
Oh, Jim Morris round, big crash, no, it's on the all, sorry. And
Gasly gets a
Gasly,
5-second penalty for corner
I
cutting.
wonder if they'll call, that was a weird start, but it's a start nonetheless.
What happened already? And
I'm
the
not
team
sure.
has been right by Gasly. They're fighting for P9.
Oh,
And they both
lots,
have already some damage, I think.
lots of damage in this race already.
That was a really crazy start, a hectic start.
I know, even we're confused about this, but nonetheless we'll continue. Nicomania slowing down to let his teammates through because he has damage, massive damage on the car,
Yeah, he has
and
massive
Bullet Boy
damage.
is going to hit him if he's not careful. He's been spayed a little bit towards the wall, but the medium pilot and Gio getting a rocket start, and Gasly and Nolan must have got a lag start because we were on board with him, and suddenly he was fifth.
What happened with Nolan? Starting from pole position, now P515.
Well, there was a huge accident because he lost the rear end in turn 3, and it piled up a lot of drivers. Nick getting out of the way. Oh, Jim Morris trying to go round the outside of Bullet Boy. He has done it, and there's contact.
I think Nicomania also has, yeah.
He does major damage.
Holds
There's Nolan coming to play.
Yeah, I think Nolan just was playing a little bit too much, but now lost it for real.
Medium pilot leads us away, and there's contact, and drivers are getting stroppy, I think, because we're going to see a stream of drivers into pit lane now, including Nolan. And they're all bumping and bashing over the curb. Oh, Nolan getting a 5-second penalty for speeding into pit lane. Oh dear.
It's not his day already.
No, this should be interesting to see. So the racing now is between medium pilot and Gilles on lap
He's
2.
laying on the hot tires, so I think he will try to go to the end. Nolan.
Oh,
And
Orioles
has
had
retired
enough.
from the race in the pit lane.
I mean, it's totally his prerogative. Gasly under pressure now from Chengane. Chengane to the inside line, decides not to make the move though from the Ferrari.
That's the smartest thing to do at such a point. It's not easy to overtake there.
This game is absolutely broken.
Yeah, I had a really weird thing at
I
the
had.
beginning.
Did you have what looked like a game footage graphic
No, I just had the lights were going on very fast and just off, and nothing happened. So I think the game crashed, and it just was 10 seconds after my lights went off that it started.
It shouldn't be delayed by it because I'm hosting and I'm on incredibly good internet right now. So Gasly under pressure.
Trying on Gasly.
I had a very. I think it's a game problem. I don't think it was us. I think it's down to the game.
Problem.
Because I got on my screen I got a driver UI. I had the UI in the way of in the way a driver would want it, with the positions and everything, not in this way. Not in the time tower, in the top three. It's weird.
Medium pilot already 1.5 seconds clear of Gilles, who had a very good start from P5 to P2 in the first corner.
He just had to avoid it, didn't he?
Still in the DRS range now of Midnight, because it's lap 3 and DRS has been enabled of the shorts. How close do you have to be to try and take somebody over with DRS?
Normally I say if they enter the corner within 3 tenths, they are guaranteed to have a try. But I reckon here is 1-4. But Gasly is weaving all over the track there. Cannot make his mind up where he's going by the looks of it, and then he's surprised when Chain Game hits him.
Chain Game now trying on the outside.
He's going to feed him into the wall if he's not careful there, because that's what happened to Russell.
Going very wide there. I think he braked a little bit later.
Sector 3, Bullet Boy is out in Sector 3. I do hope he hasn't crashed himself out, because I would be very disappointed in that driver if he has.
I don't think so. I hope so. I don't hope so.
Oh no, he's done it in pit lane, okay.
It's yellow. Yeah, okay, it's in pit lane.
I do apologise.
Now, Chain Game, only 3 tenths behind Gasly. Can he try and take him over again?
No DRS run, but
hopefully without any crash or damage for both of them.
I think
because it's already an intense battle between them.
It is, and Gasly's moves, especially on the DRS straight, were very questionable with the fact that he seemed to be weaving a lot.
Yeah. He's looking a little bit like,
not real life Gasly, because Gasly doesn't normally get to defend, does he?
Gasly just say, okay, you can have a position, have a great day.
Bye, have a good time.
Bye, have a good time.
So now, there's one, that's weaving, that's definite weaving, that.
P-Water still 5 tenths behind Midnight. He won't be close enough, I think, to try and overtake Midnight and try to get to Gilles.
See this again.
Lotus has a difficult race in front of him, while Bullet Boy left the
1,
session.
2, 3, that's weaving.
Chain Game, can he try it again?
He's had enough, he doesn't care, he's had enough.
It was the Chain Game, I think, went a little bit too ambitious.
I wouldn't think so. I think he's had enough of Gasly weaving.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think he's a little bit frustrated. Because
Gasly,
he's
whenever
clearly
it comes
faster
to
than Gasly. It is so difficult to overtake.
It really is. Look how close he's getting through here. He has to lift off, they have to delay the power, because Gasly's pushing him back into Fotio.
And I think Fotio is really enjoying this fight. Because he
that's not allowed. That's really not allowed. That's very naughty from Gasly.
No, I didn't saw it. I was looking to Fotio because he's getting under attack of Morris now.
Oh, he forced him into the wall. Crashed. So Fotio just completely fed him into the wall.
Fotio didn't left any space to go for Morris.
Yeah, you could say that Morris shouldn't have been out there, but I think Fotio fed him towards the wall.
I think that too.
Some pretty poor driving tonight. I think I'm allowed to say that.
Some crazy barrels, while Chain Game goes very wide at the start-finish line.
Yeah, Gasly's starting to behave a little bit, so maybe he's listening. Okay, Russell, 1.
And Morris is in the pit now, of course. Because he had damaged.
Yeah, Jim Morris taken into pit lane. I think we'll see him complaining after the race. Yeah, Russell, we don't need we get everyone's feelings on this. And I think I've said it pretty fair. And now I think Chain Game's going to go down the inside here.
So we don't try it again.
Ooh, God, that's lucky.
It's really it's so close. Nicomania gets a penalty for. No, Nicomania retired. Okay. he had enough of it.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he was caught up in the first lap collision, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, 3 drivers out in 5 laps here in Singapore, and I tell you what, Chain Game has had enough of seeing Gasly's rear wing in the
I'm enjoying the fight, to be honest.
Oh, I'm enjoying it too. I think there's an element of lag involved as well.
But I don't think Chain Game is really enjoying this
No,
fight.
God, no. Robin is going to be shouting in that helmet, "Get him out the way! Get him out!"
Faster, come on!
He'll be yelling in Italian. See, the thing is, he's got Fotio right behind him as well.
Yeah, Fotio of 4 tenths. Fotio
So-
is almost closer to him than he is on Gasly.
Here's the thing,
the
though.
Chain Game is, I think, faster than both of them.
If Chain Game makes a move and it fails on Gasly, as he has been doing a few times, he's really at risk on Fotio. I think he has to
Yeah.
properly line this move up now.
Well,
Gasly
James is
going
very
one
close to Ghost
side.
now, too. P. Wouters on 2 tenths now of Midnight, going on the straight with DRS. This can be a possibility, it will be a possibility, I think. P. Wouters fighting for P3.
Ooh!
Both
That
are
was close.
moving. Late braking for P. Wouters, and P. Wouters now in
Midnight.
P3, but Midnight is trying on the outside. And that
Oh.
won't work, and there's damage.
There's contact.
And I
James Braden and
think
Ghost as
that it
well.
was Midnight.
Braden
Was
squeeze,
steering
they
a little bit
hit.
too fast, and
And Chain Game is still behind.
Chain Game still behind. 2 tenths.
I'm gonna just look at James Braden because he's so close to Ghost now. But Chain Game's
Only
1
1/10.
Good old lord, these guys are giving good battles tonight.
It is good battles, but I also think that some of them are a little bit too close and too, yeah, just not fair anymore sometimes. Well, Chain Game is really trying and trying and trying on Gasly now. This will be the moment, I think. He is faster, he is so close. At the
Gasly's
outside.
lagging. Gasly's
Yeah,
lagging
Gasly's
heavily.
lagging.
And this is going to really, really impact Chain Game's race. This is not helpful
This
at
is
all.
not, yeah. This is very frustrating for Chain Game.
I don't think Chain Game will be able to get close in the... Oh, Nolan's out!
Nolan is out of the race. Our pole position.
I've
now
gotta-
retired.
I've got to check. I know it sounds horrible, but I've got to check. Did he crash himself? A safety
And
car
he
deployed.
crashed, yep.
Yeah, he's crashed himself out and he's called a safety car. That is completely and utterly ridiculous.
There is the first safety car of this race in lap 7.
Right. It's funny, he's done that, and yet, and I've immediately informed the stewards. So, Chain Game onto hard compound tyres, Gasly waiting. He's being held in pit lane. Is he? Oh, he had a penalty for gaining a position
Yeah,
off
he had a
track.
penalty.
Was it on purpose? Yeah, I think that was pretty obvious what he did. He went straight on at turn 8 and crashed himself out. He's done this
And
before.
there's someone who is really happy now, and his name is Chain Game.
I think someone
because
who's
he
really
is now
happy
in
right now
front
is
of
P.
Gasly.
Walters.
Yeah, Piotrs now can close the gap of 3.6 seconds on Gio. And maybe we'll get a very interesting race now for the lead. Does it is interesting for medium powered or Gio to go and pit for the hard yet? With the safety car now.
I don't no. I know this sounds actually horrible, but Nolan has had history crashing himself out of races when he's not going well. And 7 laps in, and there's suddenly a crash. Yeah. Especially where it was. He straight lined it. Nonetheless, safety car still waiting. Medium pilot's going to be thinking, what on earth did that happen? Why did that happen there?
He won't be happy. Just like Gio. Maybe Gio has mixed feelings, and medium pilot is gonna pit. And I
So
think
medium
that's
pilot,
a
pit lane.
risky move.
I think we'll see him
What
stop
will
again
Gio do?
later.
Gio will also pit. Piotr is also pitting, and Midnight also. So everyone will pit. It will be a close one in the pit lane then.
Joe Ghost too, or Jay Ghost, sorry, as well. And Braden, where's Sem? Sem's staying out. Okay, so we see his teammates in there, they're not double
interesting.
stacking.
Sam, he started on the hards, so it is clearly too early for him to go on the medium. So.
Ooh, that's a shout. See, I love having Rick here, because he tells us interesting things, such as he spied that P.
And
Walters
James
is
has
missing
to
it.
wait on his teammate.
Not only with that though, P. Walters is missing an M plate on his car, so he's driving with
Oh.
damage. He has now since had it repaired. See, that's what's great about having Rick in the chat, because he spots everything that we don't spot.
Now the Sam leading. That's an interesting image.
It is, because you know what Sam can do now? He can seriously slow down Medium Pilot and get in his way and try and help his teammate out as much as possible. That's what the call from McLaren will be. It will be, hey, get in his way, make it difficult.
But it is, of course, again a good day for McLaren. Only one car of Williams in the points.
Yes, Williams still yet to find still yet to get Vin over here to Singapore. A little bit late. So through the Anderson Bridge section. Now, see, he could have clipped the wall, yeah, but I don't think it would have caused him to go straight on into that barrier there if he clipped the wall. So I think
to the left side.
I've said what I think about this. If that's a problem, then shoot me. I don't care. I'm old enough to know when I'll get shot. Oh, thanks. I'm your dad, and you want to kill me?
No.
I'm your dad. Put that on a shirt. I'm your dad, and you want to kill me? That goes right up there where tires go bang bang.
And what will be the strategy of Big Virgin and Fodio? They can hold up Gio and P. Wouters. I think Gio and P. Wouters has to go as soon as possible in front of them.
Yeah, he does.
Big Virgin and Fodio doesn't have the pace of the leading guys.
He does. He does not. Gasly and Morris on medium tyres though. They are going to be rapid off the start. But obviously we're waiting on a few others. DNF
I think that's
so far.
Too early of Gasly and Morris.
Oh yeah, they won't make it to the end. DNF so far though. Noland, Nick, Bullet Boy, and Ollie did not make it to the end of the race. Ollie didn't make it to the second lap. This will be interesting because I have to remind everyone, people might not remember this, but when the safety car goes off in sector 3, as it will do this lap, the leader will then gain control over his car.
Yep.
He will gain control over his throttle, but he can't just floor it because the game will put a limiter on it. So he has to stay at that limiter. So essentially just like sort of balance the throttle at that limiter and if it goes down, just go down, just stay below it, because then you get a perfect restart. The safety car goes away. The closer you are to the safety car, the bigger the limit is. So as you get further away, you can get ready to floor it. So when the car's in the pit lane, you can still be backing up the track, and then you can just absolutely go for it. Now, that's what we didn't see in GP3 back in China. We saw 2 safety cars and 2 crashes under the safety car, which obviously causes a bigger penalty. We saw a perfect rendition of the safety car in GP3 this time in Singapore, which was great. There was no incidents underneath it because everyone knew what they were doing. So hopefully Sam understands that he can't just go ham and tong as soon as it says you are in control of your car. And hopefully Medium Pilot doesn't get damaged, because that could be very controversial as the battle goes on.
I'm thinking Big Virgin really needs to watch out that he stays been a little bit close, so don't crash please under the safety car.
Do apologise, the game seems to be very laggy tonight. Thanks, game. Safety car in this lap.
Safety car in this lap, so Sam will be controlling this race.
So right now, at this point, Sam should be backing off on the throttle, warming his tyres up and letting the car roll away. Stream was having some small lag. Yeah, that was not very helpful. So slow and steady does it. Sam, sit here. No, don't do it. Don't do it yet. Wait till the car's a few corners ahead, then drop the car. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, he's still close to the safety car.
He is, and we saw in GP3 they were racing the safety cars in the pit lane, much like oh, this is perfect. Look at this. This is very well done from Sam. He's about to drop it. When does he go?
Will he go?
He's gone. Has he? No, he hasn't.
Not yet. Not yet. Still
waiting.
Still
He's going to take him right up to the line. He's going to take him right to the line, and now he's gone.
Going. We're back racing again here in Singapore in lap 10. And now we have to look. Will someone already
look at the
try
Renault.
to make it? Yes,
look at the Renault.
Gio will make it. Gio trying already on Big Virgil, didn't make it.
Oh, it's wide. It's
James
Braden.
has gone in front of Ghost, but I think there was some damage, as I heard.
They make contact. Oh, it's Virgil.
And that's
Virgil's round.
Virgil has a round. Don't hope Gio has some damage then. Don't hope there was a contact between them or something.
Gio seems to be okay.
Gio is okay.
To the inside line because Braden to the inside line on Midnight cannot do it though here on the restart. Medium Pilot.
That's good.
Look at Medium Pilot.
3 tenths behind Sam. He is so close. He has to do it as soon as possible. Sam is defending.
This is Sam's job. He's got to stay in the way to ruin the championship standings. Ooh.
That was very luckily. Oh, and he's trying it already. That is such a great racing of Medium Pilot. And I do think he will get in front of him. At this, yeah, he will be.
Photio 2 drivers really
Nothing
struggling.
Sam can do about it.
Look at Photio and Gio.
Has also made a move, while Morris gets a 3-second time penalty. That's good from Gio and Medium Pilot. Pilotus now has to do it also.
Sam's not happy with the car. He's not happy with the balance of the McLaren. He's complaining.
I think those hard tires. Those hard tires aren't that good.
Either they're not good or they weren't switched on enough with the temperature. But he was weaving like an absolute nutcase. Whoa! Speaking of nutcases,
very close to Fodio. He isn't trying it.
Oh, 7-3 chain game and Gasly are gone. I have to see. They're in pit lane. Oh no. I think they've crashed together. I think they've crashed together. We've seen that. Gasly leaving the session. I need to know if they've crashed together because there might be an investigation.
I think so.
Because Gasly was driving horribly the whole way through that first thing.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of lag. Well, Midnight is closer to overtaking P. Wouters than Wouters overtaking Fodio. That's interesting.
Right, chain game. I'm going to need you to send footage in straight away. Save footage. I can't share that message, but you can assume you know what it is.
Virgil.
It was definitely about Gasly.
Yeah,
that's what the message was about.
Like Kimi and Kvyat, I think.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
I think so.
P. Walters.
Virgil left the session and then got in front of them. Left the pit lane, I mean. I do think it was there.
P. Walters closer and closer. We don't need to have discussion about the incident. We just need to take it straight to the stewards rather than discussing it in the stream chat. If we haven't seen it, there's no point discussing it. 10 drivers remain.
James, they are so close. Morris, Ghost, James, Midnight, Wouters. Wouters needs to get in front of Fodio, but Fodio is holding him up to get Midnight close. Can Wouters do it now? He isn't close enough to do it here.
He isn't. He's struggling.
Also is only 3 tenths behind Sam. And look to the gap already between Medium Pilot and Sam. It's almost 3 seconds.
It's really big. I think that's down to tyres, and Sam is really getting in the way of everyone.
Get in front of Sam. Should be an easy move.
Walters now making a move on Fodio. Whoa, almost getting squeezed into the wall. Fodio is under pressure now from his teammate, but his teammate will not make a dive bomb.
I don't think that was... I think Fodio had to let Midnight go with Wouters. I think that was the best move to do.
Schengen while leaving the session. Hopefully
because
we
Midnight
have footage.
Was faster than Wouters. Yeah, Fodio is holding him up. That's unbelievable. Well, Fodio is on 11 laps all tires. That's crazy scenes from the Alfa Romeo team.
I wanted to add the question of why Virgil's on the softs right now.
Yeah.
If he's doing what another driver did in GB3 to get a point, then he should be deducted that point. Round the outside for the Alfa Romeos, and a touch.
It's unbelievable scenes for me. I'm getting frustrated of this because James is now so close to mid. You are 11 laps all tires. Your teammate is behind you. He is faster. He has fresher tires. Let him just go, man.
In fairness, though, he might not know he's on fresh tyres.
I think he knows because Fodio didn't start in the P10, and Midnight did.
But we shall see. This is phenomenal teamwork here. And now, Photo, yeah, see, Midnight saying, get out of the way!
Yeah, yeah.
He's on the radio yelling, get him out the way!
Position swap.
There's a multi-21 call happening, and it's not happened. We got multi-21 right here. Right, Midnight looking to the inside line.
On the inside.
Photo did not make that easy at all, did he?
No, he didn't, and I think there will be words between the two teammates after
I don't think there'll be words. I think there'll be helmets being thrown at one another, to be honest. Jim Morris to the inside line on Ghost.
That was close. Morris on the medium, so he will need to pit another time.
I think Virgil's the one who's going to pit again.
Yeah, he wants the extra point. He can't be lower than P10, so he is just trying to. He's just saying let me do my thing, come on.
If he starts mucking around and we spy it, then you know.
Morris is trying on Ghost. That was close.
Morris is very aggressive today, very dive bombing. Medium. That's a shot.
Second penalty. And that's interesting then.
He's trying to build up a gap like there's no tomorrow right now, isn't he?
Not yet a problem. But if Gio can come a second closer, then it is a problem for Million Pilot.
It's very interesting.
Do you know if Gio already won a race?
I do not believe Gio has. I do not believe it.
The average has been in Speed 4.
It seems that we've just
very close to Fodio, and goes very close to James, and Morris very close. To G Ghost, to G Ghost. P-Row just 4 tenths behind his teammate now. What will happen there?
Swap. Multi-21 in the highest motion. Hey, Sauber.
That is a good swap.
That's how you do it. James Brennan to the outside line. He's squeezing Fodio. Fodio trying to come back at him. It didn't happen. And Ghost is going to get blocked off now.
So I think Fodio will try it again.
No, he can't do that. Fodio is quickly becoming the Tatiana Calderon of SFR today. The moving chicane that no one can get through.
He is making him popular. I don't think he is making him popular today.
So he's not doing anything that's going to make him popular in the paddock, is he?
I don't think so. I hope it only will be Midnight throwing a helmet at him then.
Oh, no, it's round! Jay Morris is round!
Oh.
He's managed to not break the car.
Overtaking attempt on Ghost. Then.
Yeah, attempting at turn 8 and just nicked the car. Easily done, like Charles Leclerc did back at Monaco in 2019. I wonder what season we're on in F1 now. Like, because you know how they count, like, this is season 3 of, like, Formula E. I wonder what number it will be.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Like 102? No, it's got to be over 100.
I don't know. It can be because we had over 1,000.
The 1000th race, yeah. Under pressure now. Jago's trying to get past Fodio. Fodio has not been kind to other drivers to the inside line. Falls Ghost.
Really
but he didn't scare him.
Tem has a good pace though on the hard tires. Still keeping Midnight behind him. And
he has
really had a very big gap on his teammate. Medium Pilot doing very good things, also in the standings, while Gigo is trying it now on Fodio. Fodio is defending. Oh, and there's a contact.
Would you say now that Fodio is over defending and over driving the car?
I think Fodio wants to keep his position, but he doesn't have the pace.
He really doesn't.
And that's not a very good thing to do than to try and keep defending, because at one time he will go in front of him. So you can make it easy for yourself or make it hard for the other one.
I think he's trying to make it as hard as possible, and yet this is the only Renault in the race.
It is.
And this is the closest battle on track right now between the Renault and the Alfa Romeo Sauber. At 15 out of 31 though, so we're heading towards the halfway mark at some point. I'm going to choose to ignore that. I'm not totally sure what it means, but I'm going to choose to ignore that, Nolan.
Alfa Romeo will go in front of Renault, because there's only 1 point between them.
Yeah, this is very interesting with the Constructors' Championship. Now, looking as close as you can get is Ghost.
And I think Ghost is the next person to throw his helmet at someone. We see some crazy tight battles today. Now he's trying it again, Ghost.
Outside line. He's going to get fed out wide. Oh, and Foggia fell on him.
So wide.
Yeah, Ghost is through. I mean, Jim Morris has come back to say hi after his last spat of spinning. He's getting close as well, but Foggia
is already back again.
Yeah, Ghost is through, and now we see Foggia getting closer.
So now I think the next battle will be between Morris and Foggia. But Morris is on the medium tires, so that will be easier, probably.
Oh, Foggia's crashed!
And that's another disaster for Morris then.
Any wing damage on Morris's car? Because I think Morris was able to stop the car enough that
he has.
No, it doesn't look like there's any damage.
No.
So,
maybe like a yellow.
Yeah, enough to nick it, but
yeah.
He was very apt at stopping the car there for number 19.
Really showing that Foggia, I think
Foggia's tyres are gone.
Yeah, he can pit. It's around 15 laps till the end, so it is possible from this lap to pit. And I really should do it if I was him. He also gets a penalty now for multiple warnings. The front of the race is boring though.
Outside line comes Jim Morris.
This is the only battle on track at the moment. And Morris is now getting a penalty. I don't think that was really deserved, but yeah. The game shoes, of course. 310s. Can you try and do it now already? First attempt, maybe. Morris going out the outside, but doesn't really go for it. Now he will not. And we're seeing it like a replay again. Foggia defending from the car behind. That is much faster than him.
He really is. So, Jim Morris, what can he do? His tyres are going to start to wear there too, and this is where it all went wrong last lap. Foggia going to get a wide berth.
Foggia has a bad corner there. I think we can see them pitting at the same time.
From this moment, people can pit. Sorry,
take all the tires, and Morris needs to pit because his tires won't last till the end.
So, big Virgil closing on the soft tyres, but we'll see him pit soon because after 7 laps they start to die. Been informed now that of a few people who've been quiet for a while. They've said that you can pit from now and get onto the mediums, and you'll make it to the end. Midnight though is close at hand to the back of Sam, so keep an eye there.
That should be an easy move, I think, because Sam has 17 lap old hards. Closing in very fast, and Sam doesn't make it any difficult than it needed to be. Sam is driving very professional. He's doing a really good job.
See, Foggia at the start of the corner is faster than Morris. Morris with DRS is going to start closing in a lot easier, but I think Morris is backing off to recharge the car a little bit.
I think Morris is the next one to throw his helmet. Well, Big Virgil is now pitting, and on what tire he's gonna go. I think he's going into the mediums.
Race over for Ferrari. Still, as long as he doesn't do anything silly, and he doesn't just like muck around as a certain Red Bull did in GP3, there should be no reason why his point would be stripped from him. So as close as you like between the Toro Rosso and the Alfa Romeo. Obviously, come God, he's weaving. He's really not happy. He's trying to say, just let me through.
Yeah. He's trying to make some statement, I think, on Foggia.
It's interesting, isn't it, that that this is happening? Because next year, obviously, these two are going to both be called Alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, Alpha is defending from Alpha, and Alpha has it overtaken. Yeah. And,
The Alpha, and the Beta, they could have called it Beta Ball. I think that would have been cool.
That should be a cool one.
Beta Ball actually sounds awesome. Photo pits.
Frodo is pitting.
Let's follow him into pit lane, so there's no close battles on track, really.
I think we'll get a boring 10 next laps. Before they're going onto the medium tires.
Still a couple of things. I think, yeah, it's going to be a pretty sparse end so far.
But still, remember the penalty of medium pilot. If Gio can improve his pace a little bit and doesn't have a penalty himself, it still can be close.
Tell you what, Sem's not actually been dropped off.
What did they say, sir?
Sem's not dropped off from midnight at all, has he?
Sem is doing very good. He has a solid pace. He's not making any overtake difficult for guys that are faster than him. He is doing very well.
If he pits now, he's coming out in 8th.
I think he 9th. I think
8th or 9th, one of the two. No, because there's 24 seconds there. The pit stop loss is 23 seconds. Thank you, Rick.
It will be a very close one then.
So looking at Sem, I think he'll pit this lap. I think McLaren will say come in, get some new boots on, and it looks to be that way. He does,
yes, he is.
So bailing the pit lane comes to McLaren.
I think we have to get an eye on Morris then.
I really thought that was fast there. I really thought he'd gone in too fast. Morris through the final corner.
The last corner.
And that is getting through.
He is going to be in front.
It's going to be in front. So Morris is through. Now Sem on the youngest tyres on the grid. Time to go play, Mr. Dutchy. Mr. Dutchman.
The McLaren is his car then, because Dora and Charmy.
So, as it's a little bit sparse, we're going to have a look at some other drivers on the stream while we wait for some battles to come in. Still got 12 laps to go to the race. Have you seen the what's it called? The McLaren IndyCar?
No, I didn't.
It's a camo white, black, and orange livery. As they were testing it, the Arrow McLaren SP. This is Schmidt Peterson.
I think that's a very cool car then.
Virgil going fastest.
Big Virgil gets a fastest lap.
30
I think
seconds.
Sem will get a fastest lap then.
Yeah, Sem's definitely wanting to go for it. He won't go for it in the first lap, but in the second lap on the tyres
he wants to go for P7, P6 maybe. Because his tyres are so much younger than the guys in front of him. And Morris still needs to pit. Because I don't think he will do 23 laps on his medium tyres.
Nah,
I think that's impossible.
I think Morris will pit again soon. I think he'll pit with a bit of time to go for try and go for the what's it called the soft option. But he has to be within 7 laps of the end for that.
He still needs to do 3 or 4 laps then on these tyres. And he is pitting now.
Okay, so I wonder if he'll go onto the medium. He stopped before, hasn't he?
He has stopped before. He started on the hard tyres.
On the hards, so he can medium now. He can go medium.
He can go medium. But he also can go soft, but that's a very long stint then.
Nah, he won't do softs. They are hards.
It are hards.
Did
he start on the mediums then?
I wonder. So he's dropped behind Fotio, really which is exactly what he didn't want in that stop. So now as he comes out, we can't get an onboard shot of it, but he does get hit the wall just a little bit. It's this awful wing camera. I hate this wing camera. Comes on. Let's have a look at our race leader, medium pilot. Take it very gingerly.
Yeah, it's another day at the office for medium pilot.
Yeah, he's just driving nice and gently, isn't he? He doesn't want to put any pressure on it. I wonder if Gilles is just now praying, look, I'm in second place. Please, nothing happen again.
I think so. And I think he maybe is hoping for a second penalty of medium pilot. If he knows, of course, that medium pilot has a penalty, we don't know that.
Medium Pirate does have a penalty, yep, we know that. But I wonder what will happen. So I think we're at a point in racing where the racing is a little bit sparse, but we will be seeing racing happen again soon.
Of course.
They will get close together. Someone will get close to someone else. And I think that someone is going to be in the top 5. One of those people might take a gamble and try and pit. This race will be beaten by penalties.
2 seconds to Ghost.
Sam
and now gets a new fastest lap. He is really going very good today.
Yeah.
He has a really good day.
He has to abuse this car though. He has to go as fast as he can.
Now he surely wants to still take P6.
So questions will be raised. I think that the stewards are going to be very busy tonight, don't you? I've already informed them of some things.
I think so too. There were so many battles in the beginning. There were some crashes where you could take a few things off.
What do you think was the most controversial thing so far of this race? Obviously, we had such a bad start with lag.
Yeah, the start was so... I don't really know what happened on all there. There were so many things happening at one point. Of course, I think the defense of Fodio, or things to say maybe.
I think Gasly's defense was worse.
His teammate. Gasly, yeah. But I think also Gasly was lagging, so I don't know if that...
I think there's that, and then there's the fact that Gasly and Crimson, Chain Game have come together, and they were battling so hard that obviously something happened.
I think there will be something, a penalty or something, or a qualifying ban or something. It's not been much that there are so much gaps between.
It's Midnight with a time penalty. That's opened up him a little bit if he comes under pressure from Braden. But the top 6 all on the hard combo tyres. And this is the problem with F1. The tyres are just too big gaps.
Yeah.
Not happy, Grumpy Jack. I'm very cold as well.
It's okay, father.
No, I am your father. You want to know how old I am? I'm wearing a Caterham F1 t-shirt right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Caterham. Ancient team now.
Lotus is getting a little bit closer to Gilles. 5 seconds now.
Yep, 5 seconds is the balance. I don't think Gilles has any penalties.
I don't think so neither, but also Pilotus doesn't. There are not so many penalties today.
No, I think there'll be more penalties handed off track than anything else.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's check in with Virgil, see where he is in track.
Only 4 seconds now between Ghost and Sam. So he will have some opportunities at the end of the race. When do you think the mediums are gonna stop being better than the hards? Because the hards of them are already 15 laps.
The hards, I think, will make it to about lap 23 on their counter, so they've got a good 8-lap margin now, so I think they'll make it to the end.
But when do you think the mediums are gonna fall off? Because now he is clearly making around a second lap on Ghost.
I think the mediums are going to be making it fine to the end, especially Sems. Because he's right, that he's getting close.
Look, 2.7, it was around 5 at the beginning of the lap, that's crazy.
Is that down to Ghost, though, having a problem? Because he has a broken front wing.
Yeah, Ghost has a front wing, it's right front wing.
So it's Sem looking to pass Ghost in the Renault. Remember, at this point, Renault giving engines to McLaren. Not for long! One more year that partnership, the legends are back! Who did you used to support in F1, Jack? McLaren Mercedes. Really? Yeah, why? Because they were the goddamn best. There, Johnson.
You probably also get the things then from, you're only for Mercedes because they're doing it good at the moment and that stuff, and Hamilton only can do it because he's in a good car and that stuff.
No, I don't think if Hamilton, it's only because of the car, then why isn't Bottas doing as well as he was?
Yeah, indeed.
Like, I know people don't like Hamilton, that's fine. I've got quite bored of him winning everything now, but my God, his talent is unrecognisable.
You can't speak about legends in Formula 1 without Hamilton. It's impossible.
At least Seb's grown up a little bit and he's not stroppy, as now we see Seb on the back of Ghost. Walters is closing on Gio as well, so there's going to be some interesting battles towards the end as we come towards the closing stages of the race. Ghost.
When will Sam try it on
Whoa,
the
not there.
start finish? No, that should be a crazy one. If he did
We
it,
saw that before,
just throwing
and
his car there.
that was something that Massa did. Sorry, Lee.
No, Sam
Ghost
only.
pits.
Oh, yeah, he's pitting.
New
So
front
he won't
wing.
get an overtaking opportunity.
New front wing and soft tyres? Question mark? I'd say soft tyres, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for an extra point. And then maybe Morris
They are.
and Virgil are gonna pit again.
So he's going to be behind Fotio. He won't be behind. I think he might just be ahead of Morris. Yeah, he is.
I think it will be close for Morris.
He'll make it to the end. Ghost is going to be
Who
having
is
some
gonna
fun.
pit again? For maybe trying to take that lap.
I
The fastest
don't
lap.
think we'll see any more pits from the top 5.
No, that not. But maybe like Fodio. No, like who is
Virgil?
the thing to do it? Yeah, Virgil can do it, of course. He already did it, but he has to have some
I
tires
think-
over, of course.
The question will be, can Sem break into the top 5 with his tyres?
And
Does he
I
have
think
enough?
If he can't, he is so fast. Only 4 seconds now behind James. It was 10 seconds a couple of laps ago. He is
Have a look.
doing
James
such
has
an
wing
incredible
damage.
job.
James does have wing damage.
Also,
So Sam is coming across all of these people with wing damage, and he's really, really going for it, isn't he?
I think if James pit, that it
Hey,
will be a
come out.
close one for fastest lap, but James doesn't pit, he goes on.
Walters is yo-yoing, apparently, with
Yeah.
how close he's getting. I think this is going to be our finishing order at top 3, but
It is.
the question
Four
now
also, I think.
is who's going to be in the top
Midnight
5?
will be- It will be Sam, I think.
He's so much more controlled of that McLaren. He really wasn't happy on the
he's
hards.
so fast, he is on the good tires, he doesn't have any damage. And if he gets in front and James pitted behind him, I think Sam is gonna pit again for the fastest lap point. Because
yeah.
he is the fastest man on track at the moment.
Yeah, if Braden were to pit, I think that Sem would be wise to follow him in and change tyres as well. Come out at 3
touched,
seconds behind
The
Fotio.
wall a little bit now again.
As he going for it. Ooh, Joe Ghost. Ghost on Morris, side by side, as they run down into sector 2. Morris is going to be dropping behind the Renault. Not yet, though, they're going
that's-
still side by
oh.
side. Excuse me,
And
great
Big Virgil
driving.
on the soft. Big Virgil is trying to get a point.
Well, he already has a point, but you know,
Yeah, the
he's
extra
trying to
point.
get 2.
Sam,
So
1
we're actually
second
going to
now
see a
behind
battle
James.
for the fastest lap now. So Ghost has got past. Ghost has got past Morris, which is good for him.
Time 6 tenths now behind James. James still not pitting. Yeah, Sam will do it.
Pretty
Yes,
simple
so
move.
much faster, so much more control of the car. An easy move for the Dutchman.
Oh no!
But he does get a penalty.
He overdrove it.
But can Fodio hold it in 3 seconds then?
I'll tell you what, the gap between Gilles and Walters is coming down.
3.7. But he has to be a second a lap faster then to still try and get that P2. No, I don't think that. And James is it's very difficult on his tires.
Yeah, especially with
Locking
that
up the
broken
whole
front
time.
wing as well.
Yeah. But if he can stay into the 3 seconds, and he doesn't have a time penalty himself, he still has provisional P5.
He often does, as now they're running towards the end of this
It's
race.
already a second, 0.3 now. So fast that the time is going up.
That's just down to the
And
better
Ghost
tyres on
doesn't
Sam's car.
get his fastest lap on the softs.
No, he did have to pass Morris, and Morris didn't make it easy for him.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I think, tell you what, Walters is getting so much closer. Is there something wrong with Gio's car?
Virgil still at the fastest lap. Now crossing the line. Didn't do it. I think it was a very good lap of Sam then on the medium tires.
So here's the thing though, the Walters can now see Gio.
I was just going the same thing.
When he can see it, he can go mad.
That's such a mental boost.
Oh!
What happened?
Virgil is span into the wall. And into the wall again.
Yeah, blah.
Reverse please. Fine reverse.
That's not good, that's not good. Thomas coming there.
Oh, there we go.
That was very dangerous for big Virgil.
And that's why I often say to league racers, have your maps on full.
That was very, very dangerous of big Virgil. He also could have done that slow.
Yeah, he could have done it an alternate way, but he did it his way.
Yeah. Nothing happened, so I think that's cool then.
Well, yeah. He hasn't really blocked anyone. He didn't rejoin dangerously.
Yeah.
He just... But...
I don't think Wouters will be getting close enough to Gio.
Rustin says that he can tell you're from Belgium.
Yeah, what?
He can tell you're from Belgium, says Rustland.
Oh yeah. Probably he can. It's,
with all of his
accent.
Blemishness. A fellow countryman, says Rustland. Where are you tonight, Rustland? Oh, you meant to be racing.
Yeah. Come on, mate.
2.6.
I
This
don't
could
know what
be.
you're talking about, mate. I'm full British.
I'm gonna actually hurt you. I'm not sure how, but I'm going to. That's what my friend says to
2.5
me.
seconds now. P. Walters behind Gio.
That's what my friend Alti says to me. She says, "Oh, I'm gonna hurt you somehow." So Gio is coming under pressure now. I wonder if Walters has got the better car in these worn tyres. Virgil went to pit lane. We all knew that was coming.
Yeah, I think so.
Team Netherlands says Rick. I'm English.
It's now mental play. If Gio really gets I thought there was a penalty for Gio, but it's a penalty for Frodio. If Gio gets it in his mind that he is so close now, it's gonna be a dangerous one then.
It most definitely will be. We're heading towards the final lap. The final racing lap. They're all on drugs, says Russell, they're too fast. Yeah, but they're using performance-enhancing steering wheels. So, as you see, Walters is just so controlled with his lines. He's gaining it just in all the right places, but he's losing it a little bit at the acceleration zones. I don't think his car's quite as fast.
And also a thing of penalties now. If Gio gets a 3-second penalty, or already got one, I'm not sure of it. And P. Wouters doesn't have one.
Penultimate lap
he needs
has
to
begun.
bring 1 second per lap now.
I think driver of the day is whoever didn't get involved in the big smashes up earlier.
Yeah. The
driver of the day is safety car driver for being called out for a rubbish reason.
I think Sam has also a very good thing for me driver of the day.
Yeah, to come back from how much he was screwed by the safety car.
Yeah. And he didn't make anything difficult too, with overtakes and that stuff. I think that's an important thing today too. He just did his thing, drove his pace.
James Brent, 3-second time penalty in P6. One effective, he has got 18 seconds to the car behind.
1.8 seconds now, Wouters between Gio.
It's going to be a last lap move.
I don't think it will be close enough.
He's going to at least try it. I mean, you've got to try, haven't you?
He really has to put everything now. Morris is gonna pit for the soft, I think.
Broken front wing, I think.
Oh, okay. .6 now. Rocking up a little bit.
So, medium pilot coming through the final corner now to start his last lap of the race.
With
a 10-second gap.
Today.
He's just, he really, and he wasn't even on pole, was he?
No, he was, I think, second. I think he was second, Wouters was fourth.
Morris coming out, almost hitting the race leader. Luckily, he was ghosted.
1.3. Wouters really has to do something. He has to try and give it everything.
Morris with a time penalty.
Well, Morris gets a penalty.
This is close. This is
close,
stupendously
1.1.
He
won't get DRS. So
he won't get DRS, and he's overdrive that car a little
bit.
bit.
Over then.
No, he's still got time. Remember, that anything can happen, and this is a long track.
It's so difficult to overtake and any other part in here.
Look at Ghost.
He's in the second now. P. Wouters on Gio. Who has? Yeah, what can you say? The best mind, I think. The clearest mind now to just go to the end and don't watch too much to behind or in front, because it's so close. One mistake is dead now.
Just look at medium pilot for me and tell me where he is on track.
He is now going to the bridge. Let's go on the bridge.
So we will look upon medium pilot now. Started in second place in the race. Had an odd start and it suddenly promoted him into the first. But I'll let Senna take you across the line.
Another day at the office for medium pilot. Winning again here at Singapore. And expanding his lead at the championship. Medium pilot win this race, and it will be Gilles probably taking P2 without penalties. Gilles will be P2 with P. Wouters in P3, 4 tenths behind him.
That was close.
And next card finish is Midnight. Did a solid job. He is going to be P4.
Can this be one more position for Ghost getting into P7? He's got the power, he's got the tyres, he's got to get past Fotio though.
He's going to try it till at the bridge, I think. It's his only chance. If he won't, no, he's too far. Stem finished in P5, by the way.
Oh, he's on the steering.
P6.
This is close, they are nipping tuck.
The last corner overtake, no.
Not yet. I mean, he's lagging so heavily. The screen is lagging now. Last two drivers, they're wide. I think he's getting past on penalties. No, he's not.
No, Frodo is P7. It's Ghost in P8. Then it's only Morris and Big Virgil to finish. Big Virgil already finished with a lap behind.
I'll tell you what, a couple more laps and Wouters would have had it. I think one more lap and Wouters would have passed him.
Yeah, he would have got him. Only 4 tenths at the finish. Just like G Ghost would have been in front of Fotio, so. Morris, the last one. Cross the line. And he set the fastest lap at this last lap.
Oh really? That's brilliant.
He did. Morris ended in P9, but it's another incredible win of medium pilot with the Williams. Here on the podium, medium pilot wins in front of Gilles. It's Williams, Haas and McLaren.
3 engines again.
Yeah, we'll see it almost every race. 3 different engine deployers.
Williams and McLaren should be on the podium, just as a given. Just because they're British. I mean, they'll be the best teams in Formula 1.
Imagine Carlos Sainz hitting a podium.
Imagine Lando hitting a podium. Imagine George Russell getting a podium.
Okay, but now you're going too far.
Okay. Here are the results barring any penalties given by the Outgoing Game stewards.
Medium pilot finishes in first place. Gilles is P2, Wouters is P3. Midnight finishes in P4, Sam in P5, very well done to him. P6 is for James, P7 is Frodio, P8 is Ghost, P9 is Morris with an extra point of the fastest lap. P10 is Big Virgil. Then the DNFs for today are Gasly, Chain Game, Nolan, Nicomania, Bullet Boy and Own Ale.
What a race that was.
The beginning of the race was so incredible. Then at the end it was a little bit confusing. Too relaxed.
So now we wait. I think we can have a chat with the top 3. Well, the top 2. We will try and invite Gio. You've got the party today, haven't you? So you can invite them.
I don't have them, so I'm looking.
Okay, I'd like to
very
suggest them.
fast.
Give me a minute. Apologies for the stream going blue. Chain game, so that's going to be phenomenal for me. Thank you. Who actually has gone offline, so I wonder if he won't be joining us for the Bodiam. Oh, I'm doing a French accent again. I was doing it earlier. He does only speak French, so I'll just. It might be that we have to just leave him. We'll send him an invite anyway. No, I'm terrible at the French, and we'll get an invite to Walters. I can invite because the party's not private.
Yeah, you can invite him.
Phenomenal. Let's have a look at that Williams again, because that's all we seem to look at these days.
What a crazy day again.
It really was.
Medium Pilot did an incredible day for the championship too, with
He
McLaren doing
has.
an incredible job in the constructor championship.
I think the interesting fact will be now, coming into next week's race at Sochi, what happens in the next championship? Because if P. Walters wins it, and Medium Pilot finishes lower than the podium, I think it's back in it again.
Yeah, it is so close that he will get, I think, 15 points ahead now, or 10 points ahead, around something, between 10 and 15. So it's nothing. It's really nothing, but it is. Yeah, at 15 what he has now, so he has done an incredible day, and it's a bad day for Williams. What did I? Okay, I'm just gonna let you speak. I'm just confused at myself at the moment.
It's okay. I'm currently looking at the incident between Gasly and Chain Game. Okay, let me. Oh. Okay. that might be that's a little bit. They didn't Kimi Räikkönen it, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It was it was so much worse.
Oh no.
He hooked him up on his rain light and spun him around by accident.
Oh.
I think I'd like to say by accident, but oops, that was the wrong one. Sending the wrong one to the stewards. Let me get the footage for this. I shouldn't be doing this on stream, but I am, because I'm old enough to do it. Oh, damn it. Well, I don't think we're going to have anyone joining us on interviews tonight. It is very late.
It is later than normal.
So what we'll do, I think we'll wrap it up here.
Yep, that's cool for me.
Okay, so that's this.
Blah blah blah.
That's been this week at SFR. Next week we are off to the sunny shores of the Black Sea in Sochi. So join us for the Russian Grand Prix next week. Are you looking forward to Russia?
Not to race, no. It's not my favorite track, and I did some practice already. And qualifying was okay, but it seems I don't have really race pace, so I will need to do a lot of more practice to see what I can do with setups and that stuff.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching Russia because I often do. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Senna, for leading commentary tonight.
It was a pleasure from my side.
And we will see you next time in SFR. Have a very good weekend, and we'll see you later. Ta-ra, guys!